got this fucking place. I swear I gotta do some. I'm on the grind, but it feel like I don't do none. Gotta stick up my face, so I go hard.
Hey, Danny here. So, listen, some stuff you're gonna have to let go completely. I think the reason why some of us don't make it to the next step of our lives is because we're not willing to let go of certain things or certain people. You know, and I mean whether it be like bad habits or just relationships. What do I mean by that? Sometimes when you're stuck in a particular situation, it feels like you're never gonna make it to that next step. But most of the times, the reason why you feel like that is because there are certain things that you're doing that you're not letting go of, if it makes sense. Some of us have potential, like real potential when it comes to certain things. And to be honest with y'all, some of us are never gonna make it to the top or to the finish line or to wherever it is we want to make it to, because we don't want to change. We're way too comfortable. And I used to fall into that category. You feel me? I used to not want to change my ways. I used to complain about everything. That's another one. Complaining, that's a problem. Complaining is a big problem. You feel me? Try to understand that your life is completely, and I mean completely, in your hands. Like it is your responsibility to make sure you're straight and you have whatever you need, regardless of what happened to you. You have the choice to make changes right now, today, changes to your life. I don't, and I'm not talking to you as someone who's like, figured everything out. I don't got it all figured out. No, ain't nobody perfect. But come on, bro. Like you gotta put in the work. You have to make sure that if you're doing anything that you know for a fact, like deep down, because we be knowing that has a negative impact, like on your life. If you gotta stop that. You can't keep complaining about not getting the results that you want, but you're not putting in the work that you're supposed to put in. Like, who are you doing this to? You're doing this to yourself. You're really doing this to yourself. I had to have the conversation with myself. That conversation where you sit down, you by yourself in your room and you start asking yourself questions like, where do you want to go in life? Like, what kind of person do you want to be? And is the person you want to be, like, does this person behave the way you behave right now? What do you think their mannerisms or their habits are? How do this person how do these people act in real life? Because you always have a reference, right? It's always this one person who you look up to and you go, yeah, I want to be like that person. So when you look at that person and you look at yourself, do y'all have the same work ethic? Are you doing exactly what they're doing? Because if you don't, like, how are you going to get the same results? Because these people had to let go, or this person had to let go of certain things, certain relationships, certain habits that weren't advantageous to their lives. Are you willing to do that? These are conversations I was having with myself. When I started my music journey, I was working a lot, but you always have some sort of time to do the things that you really like, right? Like to follow your passion. You can't just, I'm busy, but it's like you gotta find some time to work on your passion, on the things that you want, to work on that business. And I used to complain, I got a lot of work, and it's like, nah, bro, you can take an hour or two every day, maybe 3, to work on the things that you want, to work on your goals, to work on that business you're trying to open. You have to. So you gotta let go. I used to smoke a lot, bro. I had to stop smoking for real. Because I'm going to the gym and I'm trying to smoke, and it's like, it's contradictory. So I had to stop. I stopped like what, 5 years ago? And I ain't smoked since. I think it's up to you. It depends on what you really want and if it's important to you. That's what I always say. Because sometimes we claim certain things are important to us, but then we don't behave like it, like at all. I'm at a place right now where I don't complain about anything. Anything that happens to me is like, okay, oh well. If it's a problem, I'm gonna find a way to fix it. I'm not complaining about anything, and I'm not waiting on anyone to fix anything for me. I'm fixing everything myself. Everything myself. If it's a certain, if I gotta do something and it requires me to change a certain thing about my life, and I gotta let go of that particular thing, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. You gotta take your life a little bit more seriously if you really want to achieve your goals. Like you have to, because it's just you, and your life is your responsibility. It's just something that I was thinking about, and I wanted to talk about real quick. You can let go of certain habits that don't help you. Take your life a little more seriously, like for real. Because in 10, 15 years, when you ain't got none, it's not gonna be sweet. It's not gonna look good. It is not gonna look good. So that's my message for you today, Danny. I hope all of y'all are doing great. Hope your families are doing great too. I'm out.